That was a date, wasn't it? It was. It doesn't elude either of us. The question's answer being so self-offensive as to be rhetorical. However as it may be, I don't think this feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what it is, but I certainly can't be sure, but it feels something a little more than friendship. Understanding, empathy, searching for words to adequately describe it is difficult. Nonetheless, would you like to do this again sometime, Lily? Without shopping for presents? The inner question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes the rosy tint of her cheeks just slightly more noticeable, and her face, though still pointing the street ahead of her, lowers just a little. Okay. I'll take that okay to the bank. Take it all the way to the bank, and I'll cash it in to do that again. Because I had nowhere to go with that after I went to the bank. So, there you go. Oh, we're going to the party now? Is that what we're doing? I walked down the hall of the girls' dormitories, school bag in hand. A doll lies inside, here placed on top of a small box. This is why I'm carrying the box in for... I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, so I'm not sure what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. I remember Hanako was upcoming party for a while now. No idea what exactly the celebrations would be until I found a single note left in the band tea room earlier today. I opened to read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting is fairly legible despite Leia's blindness. Clearly things considerable effort and care. So, we're holding a party at my place. Please come 6 o'clock to the room 225 in the girls' dormitory. Serve a note in this way, but I have class representative duties. Lisato. Not reassured, but I continue walking down the hallway near Lily's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but visually against 3 sharp taps on the door. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the outside. Listening closer, I can just pick out Hanako and Lily's voices. As it finished, Lily calls out, "Might that be a Sal?" "Yep, I got your note left for me." "You can come in, the door is unlocked." Glad I managed to get in the right room. I pressed down the handle to let myself in. The door swung open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. "Yes, pajamas." Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas. Well, on the other side, Hanako sits in a nightgown. Being dressed in only my notice school clothes, I feel quite out of place. There's no glance at Lily's side of the two. My eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin, pale legs, only with a measure of reluctance. Hi. I think I brought everything that was needed." She smiles and nods. I'm usually aware of the present sight she makes. The thin, dark blue silk of her pajamas really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. Looking for her last night, the tentative and almost shy demeanor, she's almost replaced by her coy nature. Just to see her confidence return, although I can't help guessing I ain't back to how she looked back then. Look to Hanako, who nervously sits opposite her in the gown. I'm surprised that she wears something so conservative, although it even looks cute. "Hi Hanako, happy birthday." Thank you." She didn't really just get us. But affection warmed me considerably over the weeks we've come to know each other. This is a pretty unusual situation, I guess. "Before you take a seat, Asao, I'll just pour you some tea." "Sure thing." Lady seeming red teapot from the side of the table and gingerly pours its contents in a teacup as it takes a seat beside them, setting it back into the nearby wall. As soon as it returned and told me somewhat calmer, I realize this is the first time I've been in Lily's room. First thing I notice is the ambient smell, slightly different from that in mine, probably faint perfume or nail polish. Could be anything but girls, really. And there's the plain nature of the room, visually. Beige walls, a smart yet adorned cabinet, like posters or wall hangings. It's distinctly utilitarian, like that's not like a hard word, but like I'm at a loss how to pronounce it correctly. Utilitarian? Is that how you're supposed to say that? I think. I'm not positive, though. Something that I should have anticipated given her blindness. One thing that really seems out of the ordinary is little piles of books sitting on the floor, each ranging from roughly knee-height to waist-height. Some of them are printed titles, others are entirely linked for some dots of Burlee. Given the fact that the one of the printed titles are formally in English is interesting, although not completely unexpected. Statements should her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira, after all. Your room looks nice, Lily. Here a couple of call thanks beside my shoulder. Looking back to Hanako, gaze is fixed on her lap and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. It's now noticed why, but these clothes on, the sin of her scarring is far more visible. Reaching down her neck and to cover her right shoulder. Certainly this is only party for her. She looks like she's enjoying fitting something in a mirror. So, how old are you turning? 18? Look at surprise, not a Hulk kind but a total lack of skill at hiding her feelings. Though she shows that she's mentally trying to tune me out. This is really quite awkward. Yes. On the plus side, there's only 20 years eating a drink, so who's older? You or Lily? Lily, she had her birthday in February. What about yours? Earlier this year, so it's already passed. I'll say that the past I was stuck in the hospital. That was particularly the low point of the experience. Conversation with her dries up as quickly as expected. It was long for Liz finished comparing her drinks. Setting down the 3 cups in front of us. Pick up mine, immediately noticed a much stronger aroma and taste than the tea we've been having. Tastes different than the tea we give in the school. The different variety, rather the kind we've been having here. Have you ever tasted orange chipper before? Not that I can remember. We just drank coffee after all, like we were in town. This is nice though. We settled down and sipped. Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a bit less tense about my presence. We finished our cups about the same time, with Hanako failing rather badly her anticipation for the cake that's sitting to the side, begging to be eaten. I'm feeling rather eager myself. First things first, though. Lily? Yes, that was good. He's just knowing exactly what the other means. I leaned sideways, digging around my bag for the doll I brought Hanako as Lily gets up and receives her gift. Under the gives in her hands, we sprint them on the table both at the same time. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Hanako silently sits looking at them for seconds on end, out of sheer surprise. My little wooden dog, replete with Victorian-era dress and little hat, thanks to a light brown and fluffy step fair from Lily. Closes to the ground as she moves to speak, not taking right off the modest presence. Thank you, Lily and Hisao. Her voice begins to crack as Lily leans forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. Instead of Hanako holding Lily is heartwarming, so much that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face if I wanted to. Lily just rests her face on Hanako's head. Speaks so quietly and softly that I can barely hear. Happy birthday, Hanako. Happy birthday. Hanako gives a small nod, holding on Lily for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. I guess that for Hanako having anyone, to be there and live for would be special. The fact that Lily and I now share that role for her is something that I think I always be grateful for. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding both to her chest, warmly smiles. For a long time, all three of us simply sit in happy silence. The cry's not boring until Lily's soft voice beckons. Sure you have the cake, then? Pulls me at the 2 looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument here. Okay. Phew, that was good. I conveniently sent back, but both Lee and Hanako looking just as the food as I. Took some effort, but we managed to finish out the cake in one go.